Today is the 223rd day since October 7. That's nearly 8 months since the unprovoked, brutal, and savage attack on our extended Jewish family and our homeland. It's unimaginable that Hamas and their supporters worldwide continue to perpetrate atrocities and provoke violence, while more than 100 hostages, and why do I say more than 100? Sadly, we don't even know the exact number of hostages still remain in captivity. These empty chairs behind me serve as a reminder of their painful absence, and we wait longingly and pray for their speedy and safe return. So what are we to do in the face of these challenges? How can we confront these without being disheartened? I think the answer is the same answer Jews have adhered to for millennia. We respond with hope and with unity, with resilience and determination. We need Jews who are better informed, proud of their Judaism, and ready to act and take initiative. And where else do all of these components come together in a nurturing environment other than a school? Being the only Jewish community high school in Metro Detroit, our proudest and most treasured mandate, one that sets us apart from any of the other local highly regarded institutions, is our commitment to educate and inspire our students Jewishly. We devote this evening to extending our deepest gratitude and admiration to our alumni who have given selflessly to defend us and our homeland. And we recognize and acknowledge our incredible staff and faculty, one of whom we are honoring this evening for his dedication to FJA and his impact on our students.
In good times and bad, we know the value of a good Jewish education. But in unprecedented times like we are living in today, the need for our Jewish day schools become even more clear. If we want a strong Jewish future for all, our kids must receive the highest level of education along with the highest standard of ethics. They must be able to think critically and speak passionately as they head to our college campuses and into the larger world. It's not always an easy path, but it's one our Frankel kids will be well prepared for. I know they will make us all proud.
I came here in 9th grade during the height of COVID, a rocky, worrying time for everyone. My Hillel graduation had been canceled, and I suddenly lost a whole community. Then I started my freshman year, and I gained back everything I lost and so much more. I found a place for myself here in no time at all. I played basketball, I competed on the Moot Bait Dean team, and I enjoyed all of my classes. And of course, I really want to talk about my favorite thing in this school, the teacher-student relationships. You may think that Frankel students have such strong bonds with their teachers because the classes here are small and there are only so many of us. But in my 4 years, I've learned that it's so much more than that. The teachers are just genuinely good teachers and good people who care so much about their students. They cheer us on during our triumphs and offer empathetic ears during our losses. They, above all else, are what make this school the family that it is. And I am so grateful and proud to be part of tonight's festivities honoring Mr. Zagata.
What Frankel teachers know is that there's a difference between teaching and integrating the principles of teaching into your ideology. And if anyone has taught me that, it's this year's honoree. Consistently, Mr. Zagata has made it clear that the students are just as important to him as the material. He approaches each student-teacher interaction with a humor, care, and empathy that exemplifies the dictionary definition of mentor. Whether it's something happy or heavy, he's always ready to lend an ear and offer support. So many of his students walk away unburdened from a weight that was pulling them down and threatening to sink them. In conclusion, there is no conclusion. In Mr. Zagata's English class, there are only beginnings. The beginning of a lifelong love of literature, the beginning of friendships and lessons that coax the path of your life, the beginning of private jokes and carpal tunnel from handwriting essays, and an understanding of the depth of kindness one person can contain.
I became a teacher largely because I love to learn, and that's one of my favorite things about FJA. It's the organic, unexpected places we find learning. I can pop into a class and brush up on my biblical Hebrew. I can jump into another and relearn my trig functions from high school. We have experiential opportunities for students in a variety of subjects, but the greatest pieces tend to go underneath the radar. There was a demo lesson happening in my classroom, and it was exploring what it means to love your neighbor. And it raised a definition of love that was new to me. It was that love is finding pleasure in the virtues of another and associating the person with those virtues. By this definition, then, love requires us to dig. It requires us to work. And the environment that we build in a school requires this kind of love. Teachers finding joys in the virtues of their students, students finding joys in the virtues of their teachers. And that's the beauty we have at FJA. We have the ingredients for incredible learning. We have an environment that puts students in position to develop as learners and as people. And we have a connection with one another, finding joy in each other's virtues. And we have our larger community, not just our students and our alumni, but teachers and staff and family and community members, all of whom share in each other's grief and share in each other's triumphs, and who take time to build and keep those connections, and who are actively engaged in making sure that FJA is the best option for our students. And as an educator, I can't ask for anything more.
There's been a large encampment on our campus for about 2 weeks. It continues to grow in size, and the university administration has done nothing to remove it. They've had banners displayed that say, "Long live the Intifada," calling for a violent genocide against my people. They want us systematically eliminated. And frankly, I'm not willing to stand for that on my campus.
As I matured and spent time in Israel with my friends, I struggled with the disparity that while Israel offered me and my peers the same opportunities as my Israeli cousins, they alone bore the responsibility of defending our homeland simply by virtue of their birthplace. This weighed heavily on me, ultimately driving my decision to enlist in the Israel Defense Forces. Today, more than ever, the significance of a Jewish education cannot be overstated. Institutions like the Frankel Jewish Academy offers more than just academic excellence. It provides a sense of belonging, a place where Jewish students can explore their identity without fear of judgment. It's a place where students are not merely educated, but encouraged, where teachers serve not only as mentors, but as lifelong friends who are always rooting us to succeed. It's a place where Jewish values are instilled and students are shaped into proud ambassadors of our heritage.
Studies confirm that a Jewish day school education can be the most effective and impactful way to increase Jewish identity. Our school prepares students not only academically, but also for the challenges that they will face upon graduation. In an era where misinformation abounds and Jewish heritage is challenged, our students emerge with a deep understanding of their heritage and the confidence to stand up for their beliefs. Jewish teens need a historically accurate, fact-based, and honest understanding of the context and history of the Jews, Israel, and Middle East. Teens need to understand who they are and where they come from to combat the lies and misinformation that leads to Jew hatred. They need comprehensive knowledge rather than talking points. They need to learn how to think critically and practice this skill regularly to confidently counter the false accusations that will be thrown at them. By choosing a Frankel Jewish Academy education, you are not only helping chart a completely different course for your child, but for the future of global Jewry. The FJA students are not only leaders, but they are impact makers. Something we need now more than ever.
E não lhe escapa milhões, meu carinho.